In this section, we're going to take a look at the difference between the verbs lie and lay. One of the reasons why this is complicated for a lot of people is because you have two versions of lay that are spelled the same way. You have lay, which is the past tense of lie, lie meaning to rest or recline, and then you have lay, which is the present tense of the verb to put or place something. Now, we'll go back over this and I'll explain this more in a little bit. The verb forms of lie, lay, which is the past, and lain, which is this here, the third principal participle, is always intransitive, meaning it never has a complement. This form, or these forms, mean to rest or to recline. Sometimes people mistakenly say, I am going to lay down. That is actually incorrect. If you are tired and you want to go to sleep or you want to take a nap, you would say, I am going to lie down, because lie means rest or recline. Lay, laid, and laid. Again, lays is your present tense, laid is the past tense here, and had laid or has laid is your third principal participle. This form is always transitive, meaning there's going to be a who or what or a complement that follows it. The other rule that you need to know is adding ing to the present tense. Add ing to the present tense, never to the past tense. So in this assignment, first determine which of the 6 questions is answered after the blank. So here you have, how long will Tom blank in bed this morning? In bed answers where. Because this answers where, we know that the verb form that goes here is going to be intransitive. And you're looking for the present tense form. Well, this column is always intransitive, this one is transitive. So the correct in the present tense is lie. How long will Tom lie in bed this morning? The reason why is, first off, Tom is resting or reclining, and it's asking how long will he rest or recline in the bed. So it's going to be lie. Here's another one. The teacher blank her books on her desk. Well, take a look at what follows right after the blank, which is books. Books answer what? Since you know it's what, it has to be transitive. So you've got intransitive and you've got transitive here. You want to take the transitive form, and it's asking for the present, so here's the present, so your correct answer is going to be lay. So the teacher lay her books on the desk. Hopefully you're beginning to see that lay means to put or place. So the teacher put her books on her desk. Here's another one. My dog is blank on the rug. On the rug. On the rug answers where. So the dog is resting. Also, it has to be an intransitive form, and it's the present tense. So my dog is lying on the rug. Take a look at this example. He was blank in the sun. In the sun answers where. So this has to be intransitive. He was lying in the sun, because lying means, remember, this means to rest or recline. Mildred is blank on her bed. On her bed answers where. So you're going to have to use the intransitive form. Mildred is, again, the correct answer would be lying on her bed. There are also some other troublesome verbs that you need to know. The first one is to know the difference between these two. Rise, rose, and risen. These verbs are always going to be intransitive. In other words, what follows should answer when, where, why, and how. Raise and raised are always transitive, meaning what follows these verb forms will always answer who or what. Sit, sat, and sat are always intransitive. Set will always be transitive. Leave, let, and let. Leave means to permit to remain. So on this exercise, all you have to do is to circle or underline the correct answer. So the teacher rose or raised the window. Notice that I've already given you a clue here that window answers what. So you have to select the one that's transitive, which in that case would be raised. He raised or rose slowly from his chair. Slowly answers how. So you have to choose the intransitive form. The intransitive form would be rose. The last thing for this evening would be case. Case is a very important term to understand and know, especially for when we start dealing with pronouns. Case means the use of the noun in a sentence. The nominative case always names the subject, the doer, or the receiver of the sentence. The subject of a sentence is always in the nominative case. That's important to know because later on you're going to have to know which pronoun to use in the sentence, and it's either going to be the nominative or the objective. So in this case, write out the basic sentence pattern of the following sentences. Remember, the prepositional phrases are not part of the basic sentence pattern. So in this case, you need to find the subject, which is Brian, with his 3 sisters. Visited is the predicate. Europe answers what, so that's my complement. So the basic sentence pattern is Brian visited Europe. Number 55, a bottle of syrup broke on my clean kitchen floor. Remember, I said whenever you have a blank of blank, the first one is always your subject. Broke is the predicate. On my clean kitchen floor answers where. Since that's intransitive, it would be bottle broke. And that's all that you would write for that one. But remember, I need you on these to make sure you hit return and then backspace to get rid of the numbers and type in your answer so that you can have a timestamp.